welcome to the BraveMaker online experience. My name is Tony Gapastione. I get to be the founder and the executive director of BraveMaker. And we're really excited for this project we're doing today. It's COVID life, and we're trying to find different ways we can continue to support artists and tell brave stories. And today we get to feature Peter Fenton. Pete Fenton.
Hi. How's it going?
Awesome, man. Thanks for being here. We're doing this coast to coast today. So from California, the West Coast, to Philadelphia and the East Coast. Tell us about what's going to happen today, Pete.
Oh, gosh. We're going to hell and back, basically. And this is a play that I wrote in quarantine over basically March, April, and May. I just kind of put the nose to the grindstone when I didn't have much work to do. And I wrote this play that's taken on really special meaning to me. So let's start meeting everybody. This is called Abandon All Hope, and it's going to be a good time. I'm excited.
Right on. Well, I'm going to let you, as the writer director of today, I get to be producer. So thanks for letting me do this. Talk about your characters and introduce your cast.
Okay. So, why don't we start at the top, which I recognize on the screen is the bottom. Let's start with Krystina. Tell us your name and the principal character that you play.
Yes, I'm Krystina Jackson, and I'm playing Teresa.
All right. How about you, Natalia?
Hi, my name is Natalia Dominguez, and I'm reading for Melissa Jones.
Yep. And Geoffrey?
Yeah, I'm Geoffrey Ko, and I'm reading for Sean Lou Ogden.
And of course, I'm Peter Fenton. I wrote the thing, and I'm playing the role of Evan Daigle. Tony will be reading our stage directions and scene headings as specified, and I turn it over to Tony. Let's get the show started.
Right on. And we do have a digital program, so we will be posting that in the comments. So if you're watching live, just know that at any point you can click the link below and see a little bit more about Pete, his life, his work, and all of these amazing, beautiful, talented actors. And here we go. Ready? Okay. Let me put my glasses on so I don't miss a word. Here we go. All right. This is really cool. Abandon All Hope, a divine comedy by Peter Fenton. Part 1, Cabernet Sauvignon. Chapter 1, Red Wine, Brimstone Hall, room 664. The set is a lived-in, read, both occupants are messy, male, hellishly unkept dorm at an average state university in the United States in the 21st century. The furnishing is sparse, 2 beds, 2 desks, 2 chairs, a bookshelf along the wall. White cinder block wall encloses the room with a display of 3 pennants clustered together. Freedom University, a Bible college, Punxsutawney College of Pennsylvania, a state university, and Edgemoor University, an Ivy League school. 3 large portraits are displayed in another cluster, one respectively of Evan, a camp counselor ID badge photo, Melissa, a try-hard sexy selfie, and Sean, an actor's headshot. An open bottle of red wine stands next to an empty glass on one of the desks. A former pageant queen, current fun wine mom type in a fiery red cocktail dress hangs on a wooden sign above the door. This is Teresa. She takes a step back to admire her work.
Abandon all hope, ye who enter here.
I'm only saying this because I love you.
I'm gonna need another mojito.
I'd do it. I'll be a hero.
Teresa smiles as she hears the rapid-fire voices. She pours wine into the glass and takes a seat atop of the desk.
It's a little bit on the nose, wouldn't you say? When they hang this big old sign above the entrance to hell, the land of eternal damnation, telling you, give up. It doesn't get better. I'd imagine a human soul with an eternity of torture in front of them every moment of every day for the remainder of their existence would see this sign and think, yeah, no shit, Sherlock, which means it's perfect. I've hung it right there, near the door. Maybe where a woman who looks like me would hang a live, laugh, love sign from some cutesy hobby shop, but I'm no human woman. I'm a little tall, dark, and gorgeous for a human. But in the grand scheme of angels, or demons for that matter, I'm pretty short and scrappy. That's why I've got these on.
Teresa indicates her shoes, a pair of pointy stilettos.
Compensating for something. I know a few of you guys know what I'm talking about, huh? Yeah, thought so. I'm just so damn pleased with this sign. I plucked an idea right out of the myth of hell. You did good, Dante. Abandon all hoop, ye who, and oh shit. Abandon all hoop. Hoop, damn it. I'm about to trap humans in this room to look at a banner with a typo. At least the Comic Sans is torture enough. I have time now. I should fix it. No. It would be just like hell to know there's a typo on a sign and do nothing about it.
Teresa sets the sign back on the wall.
But hey, since I got time, why don't I give you a little tour? The door, of course, is only a prop.
Teresa opens the door, revealing more cinder block wall.
Just a tease. This room has no exit because, well, you get it. It's barely big enough for one person. It's perhaps bigger than, say, the broom closet you could rent in Manhattan for $1,000 a month, but not by much. The twin beds, 2 chairs, 2 desks, but no way to fully disappear into private studying or watching Netflix on a laptop. And definitely no privacy for porn. Oh, and check this out. So I strung up some Christmas lights. Nice, right?
Teresa turns on the Christmas lights. They're pathetic, offering no difference from the overhead lights.
It's a nice thought, like, oh, I'll turn on these lights to get a break from that overhead fluorescence. But joke's on you, you're not getting away from the Walmart lighting. I put a few other clever things here and there, but you get the idea.
Teresa picks up her wine glass and sits back on the desk.
You might be thinking it's all pretty tame, especially if you've heard anything like I have about hell. And you're right. This room is not designed for the very worst humanity has to offer, but it's perfect for the people, for my people. You have truly nowhere to hide from the roommate as you become increasingly aware of his every move and breath. Feeling the stranger's presence in such an intimate way when you didn't choose to? This might be torture in its purest form. You'll get to know his flaws like the back of your hand, and if you're paying enough attention, you'll become painfully aware of your own. If Jean-Paul Sartre was right where he was right when he said hell is other people, then a freshman dorm room might just be your perfect picture of hell on earth.
Teresa takes a sip and looks around the room.
Melissa Jones, Sean Liu, Evan Daigle. This will torture all 3 of them. Oh, and I'd forgive you for thinking I only designed this room for 2. No, this is another trick of mine. Some schools will call it a forced triple. But whatever you call it, it's downright diabolical. The highest plane of torture by dormitory. 3 people sharing a room meant for 2. Of course, most schools would have the decency to put a 3rd bed in the room, but that seemed a little too kind.
Teresa finishes the wine in her glass.
It's almost time. I've got that kind of feeling in my stomach, like I'm standing on a roof, looking over the edge and seeing the whole way down to the street. Like if I stepped 1 toe out of line, I'd take a 2-scream fall. You don't know what a 2-scream fall is? Well, like when you're falling, screaming long enough that you have to take a breath and start a new scream before hitting the ground. You don't get to see them all the time, but that's how Melissa's about to die.
And lights out. Sound effects of a bus approaching.
What are you doing? Evan, get out of the road.
We hear sound effects of a bus crash, gut splatter, Melissa screaming twice.
Oh my God.
Ambulance sounds, severe allergic hyperventilating.
Sean?
All rapid fire and the sound effects stop. Dead silence.
Okay, that's perfect. So that's how it's all going down. And the necklace goes right here. It's perfect. Let's get this party started.
And lights up. Chapter 2, Strange Bedfellows. Brimstone Hall, room 664. Teresa's empty-handed. The wine bottle and glass have been cleared from the stage. The three humans stand, blindfolded. Evan at stage right, Melissa at center stage, and Sean at stage left.
Didn't mean to freak you out there. Just had to get those final details strung together before I brought them in. God, this is so exciting. So here's our people. Fun, right?
Teresa wanders among the three humans as they stay perfectly still.
Any coroner could tell you that death leaves little souvenirs on your body. Your clothes that tell your story and how that story ended. Vehicular manslaughter, traumatic brain injury, anaphylactic shock. So, in the vein, I like to keep my people stuck in the outfit they wore on the last day. It's usually very telling. Melissa spent what little money she had on whatever was in vogue, sporting the scarf and tight jeans she was happy to be seen in at her own birthday party. Sean was dressed for a casual night out, but you just know he smells like money. The jacket, the shoes, the watch. I think his underwear is Armani. Don't quote me on that. And Evan, wooden cross necklace tucked under a Christian band graphic tee and cargo shorts. Would you believe he was the coolest kid in youth groups? Fortunately, none of their stories are really over. They're frozen in a moment right now, experiencing nothing. Time is standing still, and each of them have no idea where they're about to go, or that they're going to go anywhere. If I were kinder, maybe I'd let them just stay like this. But we got things to do here.
Teresa removes Melissa's blindfold, and Melissa comes too.
Good evening, my queen.
What the?
Welcome home. Sort
Wait.
of.
Wait, this isn't my room. But why is my picture here?
Melissa crosses to the photo of herself.
My God, all my selfies, and that's the one you go with?
Oh, I loved your feed, girl. All your selfies, and that's the one I went with. It just stuck out to me. Don't know what to tell you. Just had a certain palpable hollowness about it. Felt like it just screamed, you. #resist.
Okay, I have no idea how I got here, but I need to get back to my party.
Melissa opens a door, revealing more cinder block wall.
What is this place?
Look, I don't want to have to give the orientation spiel 3 times. Just hang tight. I'm going to wake the others.
Wait, what? Is this a kidnapping? Are you stalking me?
You're not wrong, but I'd say that's maybe the harshest way to describe what I do. But where would you possibly get that idea?
Clearly you know me. My picture's up on that wall, but I've never seen you before. Edgemere was the school I wanted to get into, and I had to settle for Punxsutawney. But what's Freedom University? Ew. Is that some kind of Republican?
Teresa removes Sean's blindfold, and Sean comes too.
Sean.
Whoa. Where the hell did he come from?
Atlanta.
Sean, buddy. I'm so glad you're here.
Me too.
Yeah, good luck with that. Sean, I'm curious. Were your memories cut off? Does black bottom hazelnut pie mean anything to you?
I'm allergic to hazelnut.
How about the Great American Dumpster Fire?
Nah, I've never been to New Jersey.
Not ringing any bells?
I genuinely have no idea what you're talking about.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Okay.
Teresa removes Evan's blindfold, and Evan comes too.
Okay, seriously. I need answers right now. Who are you? Why have you kidnapped us? And why is there this terrible picture of me on that wall? What the hell is going on here?
That's a funny choice of words there, Missy.
Excuse me?
What you said. I found it funny.
I'm asking you questions that need to be answered. Don't you dare patronize me like that.
Anyone ever tell you how cute you get when you're angry?
Okay, this is injustice. I demand that you...
Hell. It's what's going on here. That's why I thought it was cute. All three of you, you died. You're in hell. Welcome.
No. Cut the bullshit. What's really going on here?
You're dead. This is the start of your afterlife, and I'm telling you now, you're in hell. Evan was hit by a bus. Melissa fell off a roof. Sean choked on pie. You each died at a similar quality of soul at age 19 in the state of Pennsylvania on the night of Friday, October 11th. All three of you, no exceptions, were bound for hell. And you each have a very good reason you're here. No bullshit. And per the regulations as handed down from God and Jesus up in corporate, you three have been assigned to my care.
So what? We're all supposed to believe religion is real? And so what? Then I guess that makes you Satan?
You think Satan himself has time in his schedule to torture you? You, jeez. I knew you had a massive ego, but nope. Just call me Teresa or Mama T if you're feeling fun.
Are you a demon?
Yeah, let's go with that. For your sake right now, I'm a demon. I prefer guardian, but sure, I'm a demon. Don't look at me like I'm some kind of a monster, though. Think of me like your fun aunt. And look who's finally awake. How you doing, Evan?
Hi.
So this is Brimstone Hall, room 664.
What? Room 666 was already taken?
As a matter of fact, yes. That's the room right next door. We've got another threesome there. It's Joseph, Benny, and what was his name?
There's some sound effects, male voice shouting in German, angry.
Oh, Adolf. Duh. So the three of you are confined to this room forever. I'll be in and out to torture you from time to time, but I'm pretty confident you'll end up torturing each other just fine.
Teresa cackles and gestures to the sign.
Abandon all hope, ye who enter here.
That font was a choice.
There's a typo on that sign. It says hoop, not hope.
Abandon all who... So what? Who cares?
Well, I do. It's not the way it should be. Abandon all hope, ye who enter here means something. Abandon all hoop means nothing. You're going to fix that, right?
No.
But wait a second. There must be some mistake. I don't belong in hell.
Nah, you do.
This can't be hell.
It always takes a minute, but trust me, unless things go horribly right, you'll come around to it. You'll accept your fate.
No, I don't accept this.
The plot thickens.
I'd do anything to get into heaven. Anything.
Huh? Why don't I hold you to it? You see, I've hidden something of great power somewhere in this room. I'm taking a big gamble doing this, actually. Before a demon is given her first batch of humans to torture, she's given a talisman. It gives her the power to do some of the more spectacular torture.
Define spectacular.
Oh, I can simulate childbirth. A lot of men crumble when I do that one to them. I could collapse your organs and turn you into puddles of meat, reassemble you limb by limb. I could force you to hold French fries and fill the room with hungry seagulls. I don't know. The power is limitless. All you have to do is put the talisman around your neck, concentrate really hard to bring forth all the powers of hell, and you just make it happen. Any nightmare your little heart can dream up. I'd show you if I had it with me.
And what did you risk by hiding it?
Great question, Sean. When I don't have my talisman, my powers are like a birthday party magician. If my boss, Satan himself, finds out I let humans touch and possibly use the talisman and turn my torture chamber into some kind of escape room challenge, he will collapse my organs and turn me into a puddle of meat.
So you expect us to believe that you care about some necklace? This necklace gives you the power to turn me into soup or whatever else you manifest. And without it, if you're basically a birthday clown. And if we don't find it, then you get turned into soup. Why should I care what happens to you? You literally kidnapped me.
Find the talisman in this room anytime starting tomorrow morning and present it to me. I'll get you right into heaven. I've got some contacts over there from back when I did shoulder duty. I know I can slide you in, and the powers that be will be never the wiser.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. We got to find this thing.
Why bother with the game if you're already circumventing your boss to let us into heaven? Isn't that just putting you at risk of getting soupified? Losing all the people you're in charge of? Seems pretty counterproductive to me, unless you're some kind of rogue demon or whatever.
Well, here's the catch. I'm only saving one of you. Only one of you can find the talisman to be saved. The other two will be stuck in this room forever. And I'll be reunited with my talisman, operating at full power. You see, Mr. Know-It-All, the numbers speak for themselves. You don't grace the top 25 on the leaderboard without some kind of outside-the-box strategy. One of you is going to find it. Tomorrow morning, it's game on. In the meantime, have fun getting to know each other.
Teresa exits, and Evan retreats into a corner and prays.
Where did she...
Melissa opens the door again.
Oh, yeah. Did she just vanish? What's her name? Denise? Looked like a fucking Denise.
Teresa.
Okay. Deep breaths. Okay, this is probably all a dream. A nightmare. Maybe this is a nightmare. Pinch me.
What? No.
Pinch me. I'll wake up and this will all be over.
No. Pretty sure we're dead. And this is the afterlife.
Whatever bizarro world this actually is, it's not the afterlife. There's no such thing.
Says who?
Science.
Well, I'm a scientist. While many, if not most scientists would take an agnostic posture toward the possibility of, say, an afterlife or even the existence of a god, there is no field of study or body of scientists, even metaphysicists, that would completely exclude the possibility of...
What?
You not following me? I dumbed it down for you.
No, maybe we got off on the wrong foot. I'm Melissa Jones, pronouns she, her, advocate for justice for all people, sophomore poli-sci major at Punxsutawney, Delta Zeta.
My name's Sean. I study...
I devoted my life to fighting for what's right. I came from nothing. My mom's a hairdresser in South Philly, and I never met my dad. I see strong women like my mom and my sister, and I want to walk alongside them as someone who's been there before. Invest in the marginalized world. Use my words and my platform to make world changers and run for Congress the minute I turn 25.
Okay. Wow. Impressive.
Thank you.
My name is Sean. I go to Edgemere.
Of course you do. Geez, I could have gone there. I should have gone there. That school was just way too expensive.
It's an Ivy. What do you expect?
Melissa rolls her eyes.
I'm a freshman engineering major. Sophomore by credit, actually. I took a gap year in the Alps after graduating. My mom said it would be good for my soul or, whatever. I'll probably finish undergrad in 2.5 years. Well, maybe not anymore since I'm dead.
What's your real name? It's probably not Sean, is it? I promise I'll learn how to pronounce it correctly. Names matter.
Well, here you go. My given legal name. It's pronounced Sean.
I swear I've seen you before. Like, do I know you? Do we all somehow know each other?
I don't think I'd trust your judgment enough to say if you'd seen me before.
Evan finishes his prayer. He gets up and turns face to face Melissa and Sean.
Well, whatever. I just can't place where. What about you? You've been awful quiet.
I'm having trouble understanding why I'm here.
What, are you religious or something?
I wouldn't say that I'm a religious person, but I have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ.
So, super religious.
Christianity is not a religion. It's a relationship.
It's not a relationship. It's a religion.
How would you know? You don't strike me as a believer.
And how would you know that?
Well, I'm a Christian. Only Christians go to heaven. So people who go to hell are not. You're probably not a Christian.
By your own logic, though, that only tells me that you're not a Christian, which I doubt is true, since you claim to have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. Let's say, for the sake of argument, I'm also a Christian.
Are you?
Let's suppose I am. Given that you say you're a Christian and I say I'm a Christian, it's a self-applied label on both ends. I could sit here with my definition of what it means to be a Christian and say you're not a Christian, and you have just as much ground to do the same. But we're both using the same label to describe ourselves, therefore rendering the label in and of itself meaningless.
You're saying my faith is meaningless?
No, not at all. There's just no way of quantifying, say, that you're more Christian than me, because with self-applied labels like Christian or righteous or sexy, it just means whatever the person wants it to mean.
But you'd know if you believe, like really believe. Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior, and he fights for me. He's my everything. I think of being a Christian like this. If you were put on trial for following Jesus, would there be enough evidence to convict you?
That's not a very good argument. The first thing the hypothetical jury would look at is where you spent your time. I went to Catholic school, K through 12, straight A student, and all the nuns loved me. I go to mass with my parents whenever we're all in the same place on any given Sunday.
Going to church doesn't make you a Christian any more than standing in a garage makes you a car.
Sean and Melissa stare at Evan blank.
Religion is poison. All of it.
I can't even begin to tell you how wrong you are and how much Jesus loves you.
Christians don't do any good for the world. So many little girls are pushed into unhappy lives to be stay-at-home moms like it's been 1958 for 60 years.
Technically 61 years.
And don't even get me started on a woman's right to choose.
My mom loves being a stay-at-home mom. It was her right to choose being at home raising 3 sons.
Well, good for her.
What even gives you life or hope if you're not a Christian?
I'm a secular humanist. Humanity has evolved past the primitive need for religion or a god. Just do the right thing when you can and look out for each other. It's that easy.
How do you know right from wrong if you don't believe in God?
You just do. Nobody needs a wizard overlord to overlook and tell them that killing people is bad. And if you do, that tells me everything I need to know about you.
It sounds like you had something really hard happen in your life, and you grew to blame God for it.
Incorrect. I believe there is no God.
How can you hate something you don't believe in?
Exactly. I can't hate God since I believe he does not exist. Might you do some good to open your eyes and then open a science book? I need real evidence if I'm going to believe in anything.
Don't pretend there's no concrete evidence for a god.
Come on. Seriously? Whose side are you on?
I'm on no one's side. Given we can trust the demon to some extent, she says she got regulation from God in corporate. Any argument for the non-existence of a god completely falls apart with this new evidence.
Oh, shut up.
Lights out. A few hours pass. Sean, Melissa, and Evan have been playing a joyless, for everyone but Sean, card game for some amount of time. Lights go up on Sean as he lays a card in the middle.
And that's game. Made my bet this round, so that ends our scores. I win with 247 points. Melissa comes in second with 34 points. And Evan is...
Dead last.
Accurate. You're dead and you came in last. Another round?
Unless we're playing strip poker, not interested.
Sean picks up all the cards and puts them back in a box. Melissa yawns.
I just feel like I'm not supposed to be here.
It certainly looks a whole lot like this room was set up for you. There's your picture. And I assume you go to Freedom University?
Yep. Bible-believing Christian college in central Pennsylvania. Our president, Jeremy Fallow, is on the National Religious Liberty Task Force for President Trump.
I'm familiar.
Christians always saying shit like heaven or hell. Do you know where you're going when you die? I gotta say, this is some unbelievable karmic justice that you're here with the non-believers in hell. Makes me feel a little better that the universe is on the right side this time.
Melissa crosses to bed.
All right, good night.
Oh, wait, there's only 2 beds. Someone's doubling up.
No, we can't. That's
What's the big deal? Never shared a bare bed before?
no, of course not. I've always thought the only woman I'd ever share a bed with is my wife.
How old are you?
So just share the bed with me. Why not?
No, I. That's no.
So, okay. Let's draw lots to see who gets to sleep where. 2 lots for each bed, and I don't know, maybe 1 lot if you draw it, you have to sleep on the floor. It's the only fair and objective thing. What can we use for lots?
Who said anything about this being fair? I'm not drawing lots.
What do you want then?
I'm not sleeping on the floor. That's a hard no. And I would prefer to share a bed, actually. And come on, my decision of who would be pretty easy.
I think that would be weird for Evan. I'd rather not.
Oh, come on. Read the room, Sean.
What? You have a crush on me?
No.
Really?
No, it's just given the 2 options I have, I'd pick the smart, wordly guy every day. Even if he went annoying right out of the gate.
Well, the feeling isn't mutual. I'm just going to make the executive call that we draw lots. Yep. What can I grab here?
No, we don't have to.
Why not?
I can sleep on the floor. It's the right thing to do. Nobody has to share a bed.
Really?
Yeah, it's what Jesus would do and want.
Would he?
Yeah, I think he would. He sacrificed everything. I think I can sacrifice a night in bed.
Good old Christian martyrdom. No complaints here.
Melissa collapses into bed and promptly falls asleep.
You sure you don't want to share with me?
No, thanks. I'm good.
Okay.
The lights dim. Sean leaves a longing look at Evan as Evan lays down on the floor. Sean lays on the twin bed.
It's what Jesus would do. I just did what Jesus would do. Teresa!
Morning. I was hoping one of you would call me in.
I need to talk to God.
Oh, yeah? What do you want to tell Her Holiness?
Wait,
God's not dead and God is a girl. Isn't that neat?
I guess so.
You won't be able to see God tonight. She's all booked up for the next 1,000 years. Your concern is very important to her. You can just tell me. What would you want to say to God right now?
I don't belong here.
Nope, you do. Sorry, sweetheart. Thus saith the Lord. She is incapable of being wrong. Or do you not believe your God is perfect?
Well, I do believe God is perfect, but something's wrong. I should not be here.
And why would you think that?
Just now, we were all deciding who was going to sleep where. I offered to sleep on the floor. It's a small thing, but I did it without thinking. It didn't even cross my mind that that's what Jesus would do. I just did it. It was just years of spending a life, building a life imitating Christ. I gave my life to him and spent every moment working to spread the gospel. I only read the Bible-believing authors, like Ragsdale.
Ah, yes. The battle for manhood, Dean Ragsdale.
I wasn't like a macho bro or anything, but I was a strong biblical man. A quest to endure, a war to win, and a princess to save. That was me. That was all I wanted in life. I wanted to be a pastor like my dad with the smoking hot wife and the big non-denominational church like Tapestry. I believed all the right things, and Jesus said, "Whosoever believeth will inherit eternal life."
And this isn't eternal life?
Not how I dreamed it. I thought I lived in such a way as to guarantee that one day I would be back face to face with God himself.
Herself.
If you're saying that Christianity is real, and God made everything, and Jesus died to save us from hell if we only believe, then I see no good reason why I'm here.
I feel for you, hon. I really do. But there's a really good reason you're here in hell, Evan Daigle. And honestly, if you can't tell already...
I don't get it.
Take a moment. Strip away thinking, I'm a Christian, and just look at the things you do, the way you treat people.
But everything I do is because I'm a Christian. You can't do something about this? Bend the rules for a sinner saved by grace like me?
How about I show you how you died? This could be interesting. You might learn something if I show you. You got hit by a bus.
Whoa. I don't remember that at all.
What do you last remember?
My girlfriend literally just broke up with me. It's weird, so foggy. Everything that day.
Yeah, you lose some things when you cross over. Let's jog your memory. Close your eyes. Here's your cautionary Bible story.
My what?
Just close your eyes.
Evan closes his eyes. Teresa wraps a blindfold around his eyes and ties it. The lights go out. Chapter 3. The Bible clearly says. Freedom University, October 11th. Fog filters into the scene. Christian rock music plays in the background. Teresa plays Amy. Sean plays Isaiah. Melissa plays Rachel. Evan stands at the center stage. Amy sits in an office chair facing away from Evan. Lights up, and Evan mimes knocking on a door. We have sound effects.
Professor Gonzalez?
So, Evan, tell me about your project. What's going on?
Well, I'm really happy with it so far. My speech is all ready to go for next week.
Oh, I wanted to meet one-on-one because I want to help you choose a new topic, or at least understand what you were getting at.
What? Why?
Let's start from the assignment description, and from there, I was thinking you could talk me through what you might have been thinking. Maybe we can land on something that makes a bit more sense. So it's an extemporaneous speech laying out two opposing arguments on a controversial topic without giving away which side you favor. And you've submitted a proposal to me in which you will give a speech laying out arguments regarding male friendship and masculinity?
Yes, it's something I'm very passionate about and needs to be reclaimed in my generation.
So tell me about it. I don't quite understand what your proposal is getting at.
Well, I wouldn't expect you to, since you're
And neither did Peter, my TA.
part of becoming a strong man of God is being in a relationship, learning how to express feelings, friendship. I think guys are told that biblical manhood means you have to be tough, but everyone's different. Some guys aren't macho, but that doesn't make us any less men of God. That shouldn't be held against us because we are all the same at our core. Ragsdale says, inside the soul of every man are three unshakable desires: a quest to endure, a war to win, and a princess to save.
Okay. Sounds like you've read a book.
But society today is failing us. I read a study where 20% of men say they have no friends. And when you think about how many more men commit suicide than women,
That is very sad to hear. But what's the controversy? Where's the multifaceted argument you can draw from this?
well, a lot of feminists or the gays would argue that men don't matter. Society's made these parades for people defying biblical lifestyles, and they think men shouldn't be celebrated for being God-honoring men. When is Straight Pride Month? Where are people protesting for men's rights?
There's this concept I think would blow your mind called standpoint theory. It could give you a whole new way to think about gender, and you could even apply its principles to discussions about race, class, sexuality.
Amy notices Evan's face washing over.
But that's a lesson for a different day. You are clearly passionate about what you believe in, and I do admire that. Pardon my bluntness, but this topic, unfortunately, is a presentation for nobody. So let's think about some real controversies you could present on.
Lights out. Amy exits, along with the office chair, and Isaiah enters with a guitar. He's strumming and picking away in his and Evan's dorm room. Lights up, and Evan enters.
Yo, where you been?
Gonzo's office. She rejected my topic. We talked for like an hour, and I have to start the whole thing over again.
Oh, dude, that sucks.
Yeah, she wants me to come back later today when I've written a new proposal. We got to talking a lot about gender roles. Might make my project about whether women should preach.
Wait, what's the controversy there?
I don't think there is any. The Bible's pretty clear. Wives, submit to your husbands. A woman should remain silent in church. I do not permit a woman to teach over a man.
So is that going to be hard when you present to look unbiased?
Yeah, definitely.
Would it just be better to just preach the truth?
Well, normally, yeah, but I won't. Gonzo's the one grading this project, so I gotta please her. And if I nail this, I get an A in public speaking. But she did say something weird. Like, there's some kind of theory she wants me to learn that will blow my mind about gender and sex.
Doesn't sound biblical.
No.
Anyway, can I show you the song I've been working on? It's a mashup of the hymn, This Is My Father's World, with Colors of the Wind from Pocahontas.
I wonder if Gonzo's saved.
Of course she is. Doesn't everyone have to sign the statement of faith at freedom?
Yeah, they do. But how hard is it to sign something you don't believe? To be a false teacher operating in the name of God?
People would do that?
The enemy definitely would. Beware false teachers.
Whoa, I didn't even think of that.
Looking out for you, bud.
Lights out. Isaiah exits and Rachel enters. She and Evan are walking in hand on campus outside on a sidewalk near a busy street. Lights up on Evan as he tries to kiss Rachel. She steps away and squeezes his hand.
I really wish Gonzalez would just let me do my first idea. I don't want to have to research women preaching. It goes against God's design.
I think it'll be good for you. I mean, when was the last time you read something you didn't agree with? To try to at least understand?
What, you do that?
Well, you wanted me to read Ragsdale, and I did. I don't really agree with him at all.
What?
But I wanted to see where you come from since I care about you.
You told me you loved it.
I said it was really interesting.
Yeah, really interesting. You enjoyed it.
I enjoyed understanding your perspective better. It was interesting to me how medieval his views are. I mean, it's pretty old-fashioned.
The truth of the gospel doesn't go out of fashion.
Evan, the battle for manhood isn't a book of the Bible. You can't seriously look me in the eye and tell me that I'm some princess that needs to be saved.
It's only a metaphor.
Yeah, but it's a pretty sexist metaphor. And I don't think I'm going to change my mind about that.
Jesus can change any heart.
Oh God. I wasn't planning to have this conversation with you yet.
What?
I think we might need a break. I don't think this is going to work. You and me.
Why?
I've been wrestling with it for a while. I thought I could change or that you could change. I just kept praying over and over that I could come around and be a good girlfriend for you.
But you're the perfect girlfriend. I prayed for one and God gave me you.
It just feels like I'm using you.
That's how the world dates. But as Christians, we're preparing for marriage.
No, Evan, I can't marry you. I've been coming to terms realizing I'm gay.
Silence as Evan whips out a Bible.
Have you even read this?
Yes, of course I have.
I'm only saying this because I love you, but the Bible clearly says gay people are going to hell.
That's a weird way to say I love you for the first time.
Evan opens up the Bible and flips to a verse, and Rachel realizes this is serious.
Romans 1. God gave them over to their shameful lusts. Even their women exchanged natural sexual relations for unnatural ones. In the same way, the men also abandoned with natural relations with women and were inflamed with lust for one another.
I think so. I think it's a little more nuanced than just spewing Bible verses out of...
The wages of sin is death. God said it. I believe it. That settles it.
Evan steps out into the streets.
Genesis 18. Then the Lord said, because the outcry against Sodom and Gomorrah is great, and their sin is very grave.
What are you doing?
Sound effects, bus approaching.
Evan, get out of the road.
No, I will stand here until you've renounced the sin of homosexuality. Begone, demon, in the name of Jesus Christ.
Watch out!
Sound effects, bus crash, guts splatter. Rachel covers her mouth. Lights out. Chapter 4. Second mouse gets the cheese. Brimstone Hall, room 664. Sean and Melissa are asleep in the 2 twin beds. Teresa stands next to Evan. Lights up, and Evan removes the blindfold.
Whoa.
Yeah.
My last words were Jesus Christ. It's pretty amazing.
Evan lays down and drifts off.
Is that really what you should take away from any of that?
Nothing on my breath but Jesus Christ.
Lights out. Teresa exits. Evan gets up and he starts tearing the room apart, looking for the talisman. Lights up on. Sean gets up. He crosses to the desk and sits down.
Oh, come on. Lord, where are you?
Sean pulls out a pen and paper. He writes out strategies. Evan turns to see him.
What are you doing?
Game theory scenarios.
What game?
This one. The one you're playing right now, looking for Teresa's talisman. I've been thinking about this all night, analyzing what I know about you and Melissa and Teresa. And unless our variables change, it's going to be the dominant strategy for me to not look for it right away.
Sweet. I got this then.
Oh, no, I'm very much planning to win. And I will. I'll leave these notes behind as a souvenir if you ever want to see how I broke the game. If everyone behaves the way I predict they will, this will be an easy win. I just have to position myself to benefit from the mistakes of everyone else. So go. Keep looking for the thing. You're behaving exactly how I need you to.
Wait, you're studying me?
Only for the purposes of winning the game and getting out of here. I expect this to be a early bird gets the worm, but the second mouse gets the cheese kind of deal. Maybe I've said too much. Carry on. Don't be intimidated. Look, I want to be your friend through this.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks, I guess.
Evan resumes tearing the room apart. Sean wonders why he said that briefly before he resumes writing. Melissa turns awake and sits up in bed.
Morning, boys. I have an idea.
I'm way ahead of you.
So I see. Can you maybe stop for a moment? Both of you?
Sean and Evan stop to look at Melissa, and Melissa gets up from the bed.
My woman's intuition tells me that demon's lying to us.
About what?
I don't know. Gut feeling. I really don't trust her.
So that's it? That's your idea?
Let me finish. See, there's some reason she wants us to play the game. Let's refuse to compete. Find the necklace together. If everything she told us about it is true, we find it and figure out a way to use its power to destroy her. Turn her into soup.
But then we don't go to heaven.
Yeah, but what if that isn't even a real option? Me, I wouldn't mind spending eternity in a boring room if it meant, if we do this right, we get to overthrow a dictator. Come on, I live for this shit.
I think that's a terrible idea.
Okay, I've definitely seen you before. Are you famous or something?
God, you're still stuck on that?
Don't you get it? We don't go to heaven unless one of us gives her the necklace back. Call me crazy, but I think we can trust her. She doesn't seem all that bad. Actually, almost seems like she's looking out for us.
You are crazy. You're getting Stockholm syndrome. She's a demon. Her boss is literally the devil. Did they not teach you about making a deal with the devil in Sunday school? Or were you just not paying attention that day?
We didn't really talk about the devil all that much.
And even you, Christian, are the one to find it. And if everything she told us is true, you're getting everything you've ever wanted. Sure, meeting Jesus and whatever. But by doing that, you'll spend eternity knowing that the only reason you're in heaven is because a demon was nice to you. How could you live with that?
Well, technically, we're all dead.
Shut up.
Even the shadow of a chance to spend eternity with Jesus is worth any cost. Anything I have to do will be forgotten when I come face to face with him. I'm finding that necklace.
Evan rushes back to continue, searching for the talisman. Sean sits back down. He crumples up the existing plan and throws it into a wastebasket.
New plan.
Okay, fine. I didn't want to start a revolt against a demon anyway. Fine. I'll just read a book.
Sean and Evan pay her no attention. Melissa pulls a book off the shelf.
The Sparkly Boy and the Fury Man, an erotic Paddington Bear fanfic. Ew.
Melissa sets the book down and picks up another. She flips through the pages and sets the book aside, then another book and another.
And they're all Paddington Bear erotica. Jesus, we are in hell.
Lights out. Melissa climbs into bed and reads the Paddington Bear erotica. Evan has moved somewhere else, tearing apart everything in the room but the wall. Sean continues scribbling away. Lights up on...
When peace like a river attendeth my way, when sorrows like sea billows roll, whatever my lot, thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul.
Sean smiles. He gets up and crosses to Evan.
You're sounding good.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I love that old hymn. Keeps me calm when I think something's not right.
Bet that's been stuck in your head since we got here, huh?
Yeah, believe it or not.
You're not too hard to read.
I've torn this entire room apart. Can't believe I haven't found it yet. I'm just tired.
Why not take a break? You do look exhausted. Maybe get back at it tomorrow?
It's a good idea. Hey, can I share my testimony with you?
Your what?
My testimony. Everyone's got one. It's just the answer to the question, how did Jesus touch your life?
Well, clearly not enough. We're in hell.
Well, can I? I share it with all my friends, usually right after meeting them.
Seriously? Sure. Knock yourself out.
Well, I grew up in a Christian home. My dad is the senior pastor of Tapestry. That's a church of 3,000 in my hometown. But yeah, even as a PK, pastor kid, I was just kind of a lukewarm Christian for most of my life, man. I'd hear, but I didn't really listen. My dad was the picture of fatherhood, a strong biblical man teaching me to be exactly like him. I wish I was athletic like him.
Why?
I've always struggled with not feeling man enough, you know? It seems like there's this big do and don't list of how to be a guy, and I just don't have all of it. Like, my dad loves football, and so do both my brothers, and they're younger than me. But all I ever cared about was music.
Oh, is that your major at Freedom?
No. I'm a biblical studies major. You have any idea what people would think if they knew I was a music major?
That you're a guy who's good at music?
Yeah. I don't know. I'd hear my dad preach the gospel every moment of every day. When necessary, he used words. But I didn't really listen until I was 15. Heck, I was just a kid. I was at Camp Whitestone and really took my faith for my own when I was on the back porch of my cabin. My counselor just spoke into me, and I really heard the voice of God while I was there. I wanted to give back, so I became a counselor and worked there for 3 summers. I could go on and on and on about my years at camp.
Lights go out. Melissa shifts positions in the bed, indicating that some time has passed. The lights come up on...
And yeah, so Jesus came into my life, and lust is just my cross to bear since.
What?
Evan crosses to a Bible.
Is this? Wow, a Bible? Maybe this is a sign.
Opens Bible to bookmarked page.
And my life verse is bookmarked. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future.
Well, that was a dumb verse to pick.
Well, why would you say that? That's my life verse.
You died.
Melissa closes her book and gets up from the bed.
So, why don't we think about...
It doesn't feel like a coincidence that there's a Bible in this room with me. bookmarked to my verse. Maybe Jesus is watching out for me, even in hell. Do you have chills right now?
No, I don't have chills. See? No chills. I definitely have gotten chills if my favorite verse was marked. 2 Kings 2:24. He turned around, looked at them, and called down a curse on them in the name of the Lord. Then 2 bears came out of the woods and mauled 42 of the boys. Speaks to me right here.
What a classic.
You guys are children.
Lights out. Melissa, Evan, and Sean get into formation for a round of strip poker. Evan is fully dressed, while Melissa and Sean are in varying stages of undress. Lights up on, Melissa removes her shirt and puts it in the center.
I'll see your watch and raise you a shirt.
I'm uncomfortable.
Oh, come on.
Dago.
Evan removes his shirt.
Ooh.
One shirt. Show the cards.
2 pairs, 7s, and queens.
I just had a king.
Royal flush.
How? You have to be rigging these cards.
I don't win all the time. My win ratio is 2 out of 3 every time. When I'm playing with competent people, anyway.
I can't. I can't with you.
Okay, guess we're done.
Melissa crosses to the bed and Sean puts the cards away.
It has been a long day. I think I'll lay down.
Dude, don't sleep on the floor. There's plenty of room on my bed.
You sure? Would that be weird?
Well, how is sleeping on the floor?
Pretty bad.
Evan and Sean cross to bed.
What do you think of your picture up there on the wall?
Oh, I hadn't really looked at it much. I like it. It was my profile picture for a while.
Mine's my headshot.
You were arrested?
No, a headshot, like actors. My mom made me get it. It's kind of annoying seeing it here. But Melissa
Rolls over listening.
She hates her picture.
I don't think it's bad. I think she's pretty. She'd be even prettier if she were a Christian. Like if I weren't a Christian or if she were my wife.
That's wild. I thought you hated her.
No, I don't hate anybody. I think she's interesting. I've never seen a woman be so forward. I don't think I like it, but there's something about it, you know? You get it.
I guess.
Evan and Sean get into bed and lay next to each other.
Did everyone do what you'd thought they'd do today? Looking for the necklace?
For the most part, yeah. I didn't expect that she would suggest we all try to find it together and overthrow Teresa. That came out of nowhere. But I did predict she would end up doing nothing. So it was always just you I had to worry about.
Oh, I'm flattered.
Don't be. It's just a fact.
The lights dim. Evan and Sean fall asleep and Melissa gets out of bed. She puts her shirt back on and stares at her photo.
Ew, seriously? He likes that picture? Ay. Well, he'd be prettier if he weren't a Christian. A headshot, huh? His mom made him get it. But yeah, this one's got to go.
Melissa removes the photo of herself from the wall. Behind the photo is the talisman. Melissa tosses the photo aside.
Oh my God.
Melissa pulls the talisman off the wall and holds it up.
You have to be kidding me. Holy shit. I just won. Wait, no. This has to be a trap. Probably one of these set behind each of these pictures. No, just this one. This is it. I just won. How you like me now, brother Christian? I'm going to get to heaven.
Sound effects of footsteps approaching. Melissa haphazardly hangs the photos back on the wall and Teresa enters. Melissa quickly hides the talisman inside her bra.
Whoa. You're up late now, aren't you? A little talisman hunting?
Just couldn't sleep. Did you know brother Christian has a creepy crush on me? And you've just put this horny fodder in front of him so he can drool over me like a piece of meat? I want to burn this. Got a light?
You don't think he'd actually do that in front of you, do ya? There's nowhere to hide in this room.
Give us enough time and he'll get comfortable enough. He's a man.
Maybe. I thought this picture was terrible. Your words, all your selfies, and I went with that one. It was the first thing you noticed in this whole room.
There's a key difference between my worst picture and the worst picture.
Anything else on your mind, Missy? Seems like you got something and you just can't spit it out.
Okay, what happens when someone finds a necklace? Say Brother Christian found it. What if it happens? You'd really just let him out of here?
Yeah. He'd go to heaven, or you'd go to heaven, or Sean would go to heaven. Honestly, my money's on Sean winning this any day of the week. But whoever hands it back to me, it doesn't matter. I get the last laugh. Because you see, handing me the talisman and going to heaven means you'll be personally responsible for 2 others being tortured. Locked in a room for the rest of eternity with a demon at the height of her power. Evan's blood would be on your hands. Sean's blood would be on your hands. How could you live with that? How could one person be so cruel as to hand the others an eternal sentence of cold-blooded torture?
Melissa looks at Evan and Sean sleeping peacefully. End of part 1. Part 2, Sauvignon Blanc, Interlude, Brimstone Hall, room 664. The scene picks up immediately where part 1 ends. Melissa looks at Evan and Sean sleeping peacefully.
Well, that's not even worth thinking about. Something's telling me I really, really shouldn't trust you.
You've always had good instincts.
What's that supposed to mean? Say you do get it back, and the person who found it is willing to overlook what's holding to keep your end of the deal, to get them into heaven. Is there some huge chain of deals with the devil going on here?
No, just my word.
Your word means nothing to me. I think you're a fraud.
Takes one to know one.
What?
Your words mean nothing to me. I think you're a fraud.
Excuse me? How?
I could spell it out for you, but even if I did, I don't think you'd listen to me, Missy Jones. You've made it pretty clear you don't trust me, but maybe you'd listen to you. Come over here. Let me show you the day you died. Come on. I'm not going to hurt you any more than you hurt yourself.
Okay, fine.
Melissa crosses to Teresa. Teresa wraps a blindfold around Melissa. The lights go out. Chapter 5, as mediated by Hollow Rhetoric. Punxsutawney College of Pennsylvania, October 11th. Fog filters into the scene. Mainstream pop music plays in the background. Evan plays Jason. Teresa plays Sue Ellen and Krista. And Sean plays Andrew. The lights go up on Melissa as she stands at the center of the stage, tapping her foot. Jason enters, carrying signs for some End Homelessness March.
Did we have to park so far away? My legs are killing me.
It was like $17 an hour to park at the police station, and I'm not giving the police a dime.
Yeah, it's just...
Oh my God. You think we should have paid?
Right now, I'm wishing we did. My legs definitely are.
I'll drive you right to your dorm. Carry you inside if I must.
Actually, I'll need you to drop me off at Andrew's. My outfit is over there and we have to get set up.
Sure.
My legs are just giving out. Jesus, I'm going to be late to my own birthday party.
Did you change the time? I thought it didn't start until 8.
Yeah, but Andrew and I, we got to get set up. You know, we got to pregame. We got to, you know.
Ah, yes. Andrew from, where'd you meet him?
Beeswax. Tinder for feminists. The woman gets to message first.
And I guess it's going well if he's got a big chunkier birthday weekend.
Stop. He's good in bed. Buys me booze. Really likes me. What more could I ask for?
Who even is this guy? What's his deal?
He's a Punxsutawney alum, actually. Class of 16. He was in a frat.
Which one?
Sigmas, maybe? I don't know, makes a lot of money now.
Doing what?
He's working, what does he do? Something at a bank. Maybe a teller? Maybe, he's a head teller at a bank. I don't know. He's got a nice office.
Think this one's gonna last?
I don't know. Probably not. My son's in Libra, so I have a really particular taste and interest, and I'm a very emotional person. And I react to everything because my moon's in a Scorpio and I'm a Sagittarius rising. So I get all the up in your face about what I'm feeling when I feel it. My emotions, they go this way and his go that way. I don't really know. Any long-term boyfriend of mine's got to be a really good match. So with Andrew, we're basically star-crust lovers. I'm here for a good time, not for a long time.
Star-crossed lovers. Sounds a little dramatic.
If we stay together long enough, one of us is probably gonna die.
Oh, yeah? And when do you plan to tell him that?
I can wait a minute. It's my birthday tomorrow.
I can't believe you.
Sue Ellen enters.
Excuse me, I don't mean to offend or bother. My name is Sue Ellen and I'm homeless. If you could possibly find it in your heart to help me get something to eat or drink.
Jason and Melissa look at each other. Melissa contorts her face.
Come on, let's go.
Jason sets the protest signs down and tosses car keys to Melissa.
I'll get a ride back to campus. Let's get you some food.
Oh, God bless you.
Jason exits with Sue Ellen. Melissa stands watching, holding the car keys. The lights go out. The protest signs are cleared from the stage, and Andrew enters in his boxers. He starts putting pants back on. The lights are up on Andrew finishing putting his pants on. He crosses to Melissa, and they kiss. Andrew runs his fingers through Melissa's hair.
Your picture from the march? I've been thinking about it all day, waiting to see you.
I looked cute in this one. Why hasn't anyone liked it yet?
Looks like 73 people did.
Yeah, 73.
Tapping the app over and over isn't going to generate likes.
Ha! Sabrina from my floor last year just liked the picture, and so did Haley.
How was the march?
Yeah, it was good.
You're one of a kind. Spending part of your birthday weekend to help the homeless?
It's in my blood. Reminded me of marching with my mom in Philly. If I don't stand up for homeless women in the Pittsburgh metro, who will?
There's my social justice warrior. When we get the chance, I really want you to show me around Philly sometime. I've always wanted to run up the rocky stairs.
Let's get through my birthday, then we can make plans.
Andrew kisses Melissa on the cheek.
Can't wait to meet all your friends.
They'll be too drunk to remember you.
But they'll know I'm the guy who bought all the booze.
There's my sugar daddy.
You make it sound like I'm 40 or something. You got to hurry up and turn 21, babe. But I can settle for 20. People will give me a hard time when I tell them I'm dating a teenager.
You're telling people about me?
A few friends. I've invited them to our party. What are you thinking?
It's cute. You'll have to introduce me to all of them. But you know what I want to do right now?
Again?
No. Let's get me to this rooftop party. I'll meet all of your friends you didn't tell me that you invited. I'll drink maybe a little too much. Then I'll come back to your place, put a movie, and fall asleep on top of you. I'd like that.
I'd like that too.
Lights out. Andrew and Melissa exit. A ficus is positioned on stage at the edge of the rooftop. Krista enters with a drink in hand. Melissa is now dressed for the party. The lights are up on Andrew and Melissa as they enter.
I didn't realize you had so many friends. So many people who know about us. That's so fun.
I think you really hit it off with Connor and Alicia. Connor makes this amazing eggplant parm. We should hang out with them sometime. Maybe over your fall break.
What an idea.
Andrew.
Krista crosses to give Andrew a big hug.
Hey, so happy you made it.
And this must be the birthday girl.
Yeah, Melissa, this is Krista. Krista, this is my girlfriend, Melissa.
How do you two know each other?
We dated in undergrad for like 2 years.
But don't worry, it ended on great terms. Andrew is just awesome, really special guy. Turned out to be a great friend.
Uh-huh.
Truly nothing but the best for you.
I think you two would get along really well. Krista's getting her PhD in psychology, does a lot of social justice-y research. Didn't you just present something?
Yeah, I was at a conference last week in Fort Lauderdale. I presented on women who use men, the differential effects of coercion as mediated by hollow rhetoric.
What'd you find?
Through interviewing about 100 women and their partners ages 18 to 40, there's kind of a fascinating correlation between women who fail to follow through on their stated beliefs and being users of their male partners.
Melissa shifts uncomfortably.
It's so important that women use this to build ourselves up. Equality won't happen on a systematic level. If we say all the right things but don't mean them, wouldn't you say?
Everything okay?
Yep. I'm just at my birthday party, feeling great. I'm gonna need another mojito. I'll be back in a sec.
Melissa crosses away. She mimes chugging a drink as she watches Andrew and Krista rekindle a connection.
Your paper wasn't inspired by our relationship, was it?
No, of course not. The relationships I interviewed were...
Krista continues, and Melissa eyes the ficus and crosses to it.
That tree and the view of Pittsburgh, it's gorgeous. Babe, take my picture.
I actually got a call earlier this week that someone nominated my work for a TED Talk.
Who would have thought? You're going to be a thought leader.
Andrew, get over here. It's perfect.
Melissa stares at Andrew and Krista chatting away. She rolls her eyes.
I'll just do it myself. Taking a selfie at my own party.
Melissa pulls out her phone and strikes a pose. She leans back and dangles off the edge. Snapping the photo, she loses her balance.
Ah!
That's so cool. Congratulations.
Thanks. Dr. Stigata has been a great advisor, really pushing me.
Help!
Melissa tries to grab the ficus as leverage. She falls backward off the roof, screaming twice. Andrew rushes over and looks down to the street. It's too late.
Oh my God.
Lights out. Chapter 6, Blossom of Snow. Brimstone Hall, room 664. Sean and Evan are asleep together in one twin bed. Teresa stands next to Melissa, who is blindfolded. Lights are up on Melissa as the blindfold is removed.
Ridiculous.
If it's any consolation, the selfie turned out great.
You're just cherry picking everything you showed me to make me look problematic.
I don't know what you're talking about. I just showed you the entire day you lived to see on October 11th. Pretty much summed up who you were. I even let you see your boyfriend's horrified face as he watched you fall to your death. A two-screamer. What more do you want?
Okay, show me an entire week.
Your funeral.
Teresa wraps the blindfold around Melissa. A beat. Melissa removes the blindfold.
Show me too.
You've got nothing to prove. You belong here, and I know why. And I'm starting to think you do too.
I mean, come on. I wasn't that bad. I was...
How long were you seeing that hunk of a man candy Andrew Sully from Beeswax?
We matched the first week of the semester.
Interesting. So that's what, 6 weeks?
Yeah. Why do you care?
Interesting. I'm no human woman, but it seemed like he cared for you.
What are you trying to say?
Nothing really. I just think what a person does for a living would come up a couple of times. If you're seeing each other 6 weeks. You know, I've heard someone say something like there's this fascinating correlation between women who don't mean what they say and...
Oh my God. If you're trying to tell me that I didn't care about him, I cared about everyone, even homeless women in Pittsburgh.
Yes, and you donated money, to which, good for you, girl. Coming from that working class family in Philly, gonna run for office someday and make a difference in the world for women everywhere. Truly selfless.
I don't really like your tone.
What's not to like? I'm just saying what you've said about yourself practically verbatim. Just between you and me, I know you. I know exactly what you'd do if you found the talisman. Like when a homeless woman in Pittsburgh needs your help.
You're wrong.
Then I want to see it, Missy. Think about it. Think about it.
Teresa exits. Melissa stands at center stage and pulls out the talisman and stares at it. Lights out. Melissa stays at center stage, staring at the talisman in her hands. Evan and Sean get out of bed. The lights go up on Evan as he tears the room apart. Sean sits at the desk, scribbling on paper, watching Evan like a hawk.
And Lord, haste the day when my faith shall be sight. The clouds be rolled back as a scroll. The trump shall resound, and my Lord shall descend. Even so, it is well with my soul. It's been 3 days. How have I not found this thing yet? I've poured over every inch of this place.
Melissa hides the talisman and she crosses to Evan.
I don't know. Maybe, what if she made it all up and there's no necklace to even find?
No, I can't afford to think that. Knowing there's a hope that maybe I could leave, that I could come face to face with Jesus, that's what's keeping me together. I'll never give up until I know the battle is won.
Sometimes I wish I had that kind of faith.
Have you ever heard the gospel of Jesus before? See, the story of God's love for mankind can be broken down into 4 simple words: Lord, sin, Savior, faith. It's never too late to turn your heart to Jesus, repent of your sins, and...
Blind optimism. I wish I had that kind of blind optimism. Geez, I forgot how loaded the word faith is for you people.
It's everything.
Yeah.
Jesus is Lord of all creation, but our sin is what separates us from him. Sin can be traced back to Eve in the Garden of Eden when she...
Evan trails off. As he continues, Melissa crosses to Sean.
Just curious, what did you do for a living?
Nothing. I was an engineering student at Edgemere.
Right. Why bother going to an Ivy if you could make it as an actor?
Sean sets his pen down and looks at Melissa square in the eyes.
How do you know about me?
I don't. I overheard you say your picture on the wall. It's a headshot. I assumed you're an actor.
I'm not. My mom is.
Oh, would I know her?
My full name is Sean Lou Ogden.
Holy shit. Your mom is Elsa Lou? Hey, brother Christian, Sean is famous.
Oh, really?
His mom is Elsa Lou.
Am I supposed to know who that is?
She's one of the highest paid actresses in Hollywood. How could you not know Elsa Lou?
I was raised in a bubble.
She was like the Asian it girl of the late 90s. American producer scoops her out of the modeling contract in China to star in Peking Noir. She wins an Oscar. He starts sleeping with her and she has his baby. Ended up leaving his wife of like 25 years for her.
And she's my mom.
It was a whole thing. They made a docuseries about her marriage to James Ogden. She's one of those celebrities you don't expect to be funny, but you get on her social media and every time she posts, I laugh my ass off. That's why I've seen you before. I've been following Elsa Lou all these years. Practically watched you grow up with me, and that's why you're so hot. It all makes sense now.
Yeah, thanks.
Probably had no trouble getting into Edgemere then. Everyone knows that story. Kid from rich family buys his way into the country's best educations, while those of us who have to work barely get into the state school working 3 jobs.
Look, you don't get to be valedictorian if you didn't work. I was a straight A student, dual enrollment, National Honor Society president, student body president, National Science Fair champion, and played varsity tennis all 4 years. I did lighting design for the fall play. I applied to every single Ivy. I planned to break the legacy and earn my place in the world. But the only school I got into was my father's. James Ogden's in Edgemere, so naturally,
James Ogden?
my dad, obviously. A writer, producer, director, moved from Hollywood to Atlanta when it became a film haven in the late 70s with all the tax breaks. Founded Ogden Peach Pictures, made a fortune. Mom ran to his arms, and the rest is history.
Huh. My friend's family's famous.
Evan
Cool.
resumes tearing the room apart. Sean resumes scribbling.
I shouldn't have reacted like that.
What are you talking about?
Elsa Lou is my mom. James Ogden is my dad. Those are objective facts. Those are things I have no power to control.
Don't know how anyone could be angry if Elsa Lou was their mom.
I'm my own person, okay? I don't spend my life making things up or telling a camera crew my entire life story. That's not my life. Working with real things and solving real problems seems like a better way to spend time and money anyway.
Speaking of real things, what's going on with you two?
Evan? What do you mean?
He seems to think you're friends, and I'd be lying if I said I didn't notice something there.
I'm still trying to predict his behavior. Running lots of game theory scenarios. He's a simple guy, easy to predict.
A simple guy worth, 15 pages of notes? Someone's a little obsessed.
Well, no, of course not. I have to think about what he's going to do and what his different scenarios and options are if he's the one to find it, which in turn, I can then put myself in the best position to win every single time.
2 out of 3 times, right?
Incorrect. I put myself in the position to win every single time. I actually win 2 out of 3.
My God. So what do your notes look like on me?
Give that back.
Piece of work.
I call him like I see him.
Look, I don't know what you think you're thinking about him, but it seems pretty clear to me you care something. If you got Brother Christian to willingly jump into bed with you...
I'm not gay.
Oh, I wasn't...
In case you were wondering.
Sean ignores Melissa. She gives up. Lights go out. Melissa crosses to Evan, and the lights come up on.
So you and Sean are friends now, right?
Cool. I told him my testimony, and
I know, I was there. What do you think? If that demon is telling the truth about everything, what happens if you're the one to find the necklace?
I'll be face to face with God himself.
But you know the other half of it, right? I get that you wouldn't care what happens to me, but you realize if you take that ticket to heaven, you're also single-handedly deciding that Sean gets tortured for eternity. Would you sell your best friend out like that?
Well, if in the end I'm in heaven, then
I would have a hard time saying I deserve eternal punishment, that much less than you and Sean. The ends do not and never justify the means.
But all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God, and well, I was wrongfully sent here anyway.
I'm not sure that's true.
So finding the necklace and giving it back is the right thing to do because I love the Lord my God. You know, the greatest commandment is love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength.
Melissa lays on the bed, moping.
But the next is love your neighbor as yourself. So who then is my neighbor? They both are. If I were attacked by robbers and bleeding on the side of the road, would they help me? If I saw either of them bleeding on the side of the road attacked by robbers, of course I'd help them. What would Jesus do? What would Jesus want me to do? This is how we know what love is, that he laid down his life for his friend. Sean is my friend. Melissa's a person. Oh God. Even if I found it, the most Christ-like thing to do would be give it away, isn't it? It's what Jesus would do. It's literally what Jesus did. Oh, God. Lord, what do I do?
Lights out. All remain in the same positions, racked respectively with anger, Melissa, shame, Evan, and fear, Sean. Some time has passed. The lights go up on Teresa as she enters.
Good evening. Are we all making ourselves truly miserable yet?
Teresa scans the room and sees just that.
Oh, good. Good.
Was this your plan all along?
Most of it, yeah.
You're a monster. These boys aren't really being tortured. And if I didn't know better, I'd say they're the real demons. Religious and rich. And they're broing down there and they're just ignoring me every single thing I say. You know, you got into my head and made me think I'm some problematic asshat and that I need to change something.
I'm your guardian. That's my job.
But for what? Seriously, for what? So I can sit in this room forever with these two guys who aren't going to listen to me? Or notice that I'm trying to actually be everything I said I was? Because if this is what eternity is going to feel like, you did it. Congratulations, you fucking did it. I've been here 3 days and I want to somehow die again.
You've always struck me as a patient type.
What's the point? Why even bother trying to get either of them to change their minds? Sean thinks I'm stupid, and Brother Christian thinks I'm the whore of Babylon.
Okay. Ugh, this pity party's gonna stop. And besides, if everything's going to plan...
Sean and Evan cross to each other, and Teresa points to them.
This should be interesting.
Hey.
I wanted to tell you something.
I kind of wanted to say something too.
It's completely against my self-interest, but that's kind of the point. If everybody, truly everybody, is equal in the eyes of God, then I don't think I could ever say that someone like you deserves to be tortured forever more than me. So if I find the necklace, I'm going to give it to you.
What? Why?
If I pushed 2 other people deeper into hell to secure my spot in heaven, then Jesus would have taught me nothing.
I can't accept this.
Sean turns away.
Whoa, what's going on?
Tears roll down Sean's cheek, and Teresa crosses to Sean.
Buddy, it's okay. Let it out.
I don't know anyone who. How could I? I can't break it down. I'm not gay.
Oh my God. It all makes sense.
What do you think about gay people, Sean? Just in general.
They should be free to live whatever lives they choose. It's not up to me to say whether that's a good or bad thing.
So what was it you went through when Jake moved away? Or when Brent started dating Cassie? Or...
Feelings are irrelevant. And dating is like getting a part-time job, but money flows the wrong way.
Deep down, somewhere under all those layers of theory, you know that's not true. Adam Weaver was with you when you died. Right there by your side to the very last breath.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, you're in luck, because I can show you right now. Close your eyes and hold real still. Just like that.
Sean closes his eyes. Teresa wraps a blindfold around them. The lights go out. Chapter 7, Black Bottom Hazelnut Pie. Edgemere University, fall break, October 11th. Fog filters into the scene. Plucky country instrumental plays in the background. Evan plays Adam. Teresa plays Joyce. Melissa plays Danny. Lights up on Adam and Joyce as they talk in the kitchen. Sound effects. Sean coming down this flight of stairs.
I'm really glad this was able to work out. I felt bad Sean had nowhere to go for fall break.
Sean stops on the stairs to eavesdrop.
Oh, please. I'm just happy you've made a friend. Sean seems pretty great.
Yeah, he's pretty great.
Do you know if he's, is he dating anyone?
Honestly, he could be. It's hard, though, to think about him dating anyone, really. He's always studying or gaming. Talks to his mom a lot.
No, I liked him.
Yeah, seems like a good guy. I definitely want to get to know him better.
Sean's heart flutters. Sean crosses to Adam and Joyce.
And speak of the devil. Good morning, Sean.
You must have slept well.
Oh, yeah, I slept great. Felt like I was right at home.
Sorry again about the pink sheets.
It was fine. Thank you.
Can I?
I mean, given that those were the only sheets that were clean, there wouldn't be any incentive for you to wash a different set of sheets using up water, detergent, whatever, and then guess on what color I like. But then that would only really matter, assuming I refuse to sleep on sheets of a particular color, when at the end of the day, it's just sheets.
He's like this about everything, Mom. Nothing's an easy decision or a simple answer. What is your favorite color anyway? Blue?
I don't really have one.
Who doesn't have a favorite color?
There's no point in picking a favorite color unless it becomes a game. Like if I knew just now that you were going to guess my favorite color and I wanted you to be wrong, my optimal strategy would be to pick yellow or purple, since very few people, especially men, pick those two as a favorite color.
Can I get you something for breakfast? I just made some toast for Adam. He likes it with peanut butter and Nutella.
Oh, thank you, but I have a really bad hazelnut allergy. Like there's a non-zero chance if I ever eat hazelnut again, it would kill me.
Oh, well, I don't like those odds. How about some eggs?
That would be great. Thank you.
So, why didn't you go home for fall break?
My mom's off in the Bay Area filming some indie project. If there's a role for an Asian mom, her agent always finds a way to get her in. She really should just move to California, but...
Wait, don't tell me. Your mom is the woman from...
Elsa Liu. Detective Zhang from that movie Peking Noir.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Didn't that win an Oscar?
Yep. Best Picture. Mom won Best Supporting.
Didn't realize she was still doing stuff.
She did 6 movies last year, but they're mostly crap. Made for TV stuff, but she keeps getting work. So basically my choices were either sit in my room and do nothing, or fly to Atlanta to my parents' home and sit in my room and do nothing. So obviously I went with the option with less time and money wasted, but here I am instead.
Wouldn't it be nice to see your dad?
Given I'll see him at Christmas and that he's busy all the time, the numbers wouldn't make sense for me to make an extra trip.
Mom, can you get those eggs started? The fair opens in 20 minutes and it's like an hour drive.
Okay. Gonna be there all day.
Joyce mimes cracking an egg.
Sean, what are the odds you eat that egg raw?
What are you talking about?
It's a game. What are the odds? Oh, dude, you're going to love this. So I dare you to do something stupid and ask you, what are the odds? And then you give me a number, like 1 in 20 or something. Then I count to 3, and we both say a number between 1 and 20. If we say the same number, then you got to do it. What are the odds you eat that egg raw?
Okay. 1 in 5.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
4. Oh my God.
Mom, don't cook that egg.
Lights are out. Joyce exits. Adam and Sean are now at the county fair. Lights are up on Sean as he points off stage.
What are the odds that you touch that mini horse's butt?
Ew. 1 in 34.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 17.
17. Damn it. Okay.
Adam reaches off stage to an unseen mini horse. The sound effects are a horse whinnying.
Gross. Okay, Jonathan. What are the odds that you stick your hand in that deep fryer?
What are the odds that was a serious bet?
Oh, I'm dead serious. I want to see you stick your hand in that deep fryer.
Okay. Maybe I will. 1 in 2.
You remember, when you make the odds 1 and 2, if we say different numbers, then I have to do it.
Oh, I know.
Sean?
Adam?
I'm not going to stick my hand in that deep fryer.
I called the bluff.
Adam nudges Sean playfully. The lights go out. Danny enters with a covered monstrosity of a pie. She sets it on the desk, and Sean and Adam turn, facing away from her. Lights are up on...
Okay. What are the odds that you...
Step right up on, y'all.
Sean and Adam turn to listen.
This is the Ultimate Daring Challenge at the South Central Lancaster County Fair, introducing the Whirly Pie House's diabolical new creation, the Great American Dumpster Fire.
Danny unveils the pie.
Holy shit.
The Great American Dumpster Fire is a sweet celebration of everything that makes our nation great. Whoever can eat this entire monstrosity in 90 seconds wins a t-shirt and a shout out all over social media. Right on top is the scoop of red hot cinnamon firecracker ice cream set on top of 7 layers for 7 deadly sins.
Danny Adlib describes the other layers of the pie.
Who would actually do this? I'd be really impressed to see someone finish. Man, they'd be my hero.
I'd do it. I'll be your hero.
Wait, really? Not a bluff? Dude, what are the odds?
Sean locks eyes with Adam, giving him a longing, loving stare, like Adam is the only person in the world.
And it's all resting on top of our signature black bottom hazelnut pie.
1 and 1. I'm doing it.
Why?
Easy decision. Simple answer.
Who's going to step on up and take the Great American Dump?
I volunteer as tribute.
We've got our first challenger ready to take on this big old Hunger game. Who are you and where are you from?
My name is Sean. I go to school in Philly, but I'm from Atlanta.
Danny lowers the mic and Sean awkwardly grabs it.
And this is for Adam.
How special. Gather round and all. Sean from Atlanta's taking on the Great American Dumpster Fire.
Joyce enters and Sean sits at the desk with the pie in front of him. Joyce joins Adam.
Alrighty, Sean. 90 seconds on the clock. Ready, set.
Sean dives right into the pie. He is only looking at Adam. Sean pays no attention to what he's eating.
Oh, and we're off to the races already. No time to lose for this out-of-towner. He has completely scarfed down the top layers and is starting to go downtown to the pie. Yes, folks, Sean is like a machine tearing into the base layer of our signature black bottom hazelnut pie.
Hazelnut?
Terror washes over Adam and Joyce's faces. Sean continues to eat, paying no mind to his deathly allergy. Only Adam.
Where's his EpiPen?
Sean has sudden trouble breathing.
We've hit a little snag. Looks like our boy has bit off a little more than he can chew.
Danny trails off as she realizes this is serious. Sean shakes violently.
Someone call 911.
Sound effects, ambulance. Sean faints with a fall to the ground. Joyce and Adam rush to Sean's side. Adam bends over Sean's body.
Sean? Sean?
Lights out. Chapter 8, Dead Silence. Brimstone Hall, room 664. Dead silence all around. Melissa and Evan watch as Teresa stands next to a blindfolded Sean. The lights go up on Sean. As the blindfold is removed, a tear rolls down his cheek.
You lied to me.
What are you talking about? He was right there.
You said I choked on pie. But that was like 90% ganache. There's no way I could have choked. That was anaphylactic shock.
Small detail. And trust me, Shawnee boy, it was so much more funny to say you choked on pie.
I should have known it was hazelnut.
Sean wipes away a tear.
You know, you're a very smart boy when you think with your brain, Sean.
You're saying I was thinking with my heart? Please.
Sure. Let's go with heart. You earned your spot at Edgemere, like it or not. Someone like Melissa would have killed to get into your school. But the facts speak for themselves. You did it.
Yeah, so?
It's an objective fact. You're smart. You're good at school. What's the point of getting angry about objective facts?
I'm not gay.
What's that? Why does that bother you so much? The possibility that you could be gay? The facts speak for themselves. Over several male friendships, you develop feelings.
Feelings are irrelevant. You can't quantify or control them. Therefore, they can't be explained. They shouldn't factor into how you understand where you fit into reality around you. So, given I didn't choose to be gay and feelings are out of my control and irrelevant, therefore I can't be gay. Who would even choose to be gay? Mom, she would have used me as a prop all over the internet. Look at how good of a mom I am. I love my gay son. Don't even want to know what dad would say or think. Not that I care. But even just out there in the world, people, they stare. They look at two guys when they hold hands or when they kiss. Gay guys are all big and they're loud and artsy. And I don't want any of that. I want a normal life that I built myself. as a software engineer or a consultant, maybe a professor. I just want to be left alone. I wish there was a way to be with a guy, but be straight.
Teresa hugs Sean.
Does anyone else see what I'm seeing here?
Probably not.
A demon literally coddling someone who lost his battle with same-sex attraction. This is hell. I get it now.
Same sex? The hell?
All this time, while you've been studying me, I've wondered about you. I've been wondering, what did you do to get sent here? I thought it was possible you were a mistake, like me. You even had me fooled for a second. God, I shared a bed with you!
Oh, please, there are plenty of reasons he'd be sent here. But you can't possibly tell me the reason Sean's in hell is because he's gay. How old are you?
The truth of the gospel doesn't go out of fashion.
Yeah, well, your precious gospel didn't save you. So maybe step all the way back. Literally 5 minutes ago, he was your best friend and you were ready to give up your spot in heaven for him. And now, have you considered that it wasn't a mistake that you're in hell? Maybe that's why you're in here.
What do you mean?
Being so sure that you're right about what God thinks about everything, what's the point of pushing a gay person away if you're already in hell with him? Obviously, you were wrong about something.
You're wrong. I spent my last moments on earth preaching the words of Jesus Christ.
How did you even die?
I got hit by a bus.
Yeah, I know that, dumbass. What happened right before?
My girlfriend broke up with me. She also struggles with same-sex attraction.
So then what? A bus had to mow you down for you to leave some poor lesbian alone?
Hey, the gays are not some poor souls. They choose to not pursue victory over their sins.
How? Can you say that when it's so clear that Sean didn't choose to be gay? Look at him. He's still crying.
Oh my gosh. That's the reason I'm here. Sean, this is our chance. I can hold you accountable as my brother in Christ.
What?
I'm going to help you grow into manhood. We can reclaim your biblical masculinity and redeem your lifestyle of sin.
Oh my God. Do not do that. I know I'm supposed to remain impartial and everything as the guardian, but no, wrong answer.
Yeah, I'm good. You're behaving exactly as I expected, actually.
What do you mean?
Given your positioning as a traditional values evangelical Christian who got really defensive about being stereotypically masculine despite having some feminine interests, I would go as far as to say that that made you a little jealous of my perceived masculinity.
Well, maybe, but...
Of course, I'm right. But if the only reason you were friends with me then is that you thought I was straight, it's only a matter of time before that friendship stops because you learn that I'm...
But seriously, no rush to label yourself at all. You literally have an eternity to figure out what works.
That's interesting. I really did think you were a good friend. But unless you repent, I don't think I'm willing to sacrifice my spot in heaven for you. Both of you living in sin. I'd have to pray on it if I found the necklace.
You won't.
Have you no faith?
I'm an atheist. Of course not. But more importantly...
Melissa pulls out the talisman.
I found this shiny boy all by myself.
Holy shit.
Congratulations, Melissa. You have won the game. You'll be going to heaven now. Just hand me the talisman and up you go.
You know, I really could. I don't know. And there's this sadistic part of me that would do that willingly, even take a little pleasure knowing a Christian with no grip on reality and a guy who gets his boxer briefs in a twist about every little detail are getting tortured for eternity. But that's the part of me that got me sent here. Brother Christian would be in this exact same position, right? Getting everything he's ever wanted at the cost of torturing two others and really being nothing like the Jesus he worships. And so would you, Sean. Winning the game and having all the numbers play out exactly like your note cards say they will would mean selling out a guy you've fallen for. And you might be so desperate to prove you're not gay, you might do it. You know, this whole hunt for the necklace was a real torture all along. And I say, I say we take her down.
Take me down?
I didn't trust you from the get-go. Why should I? You're a demon. You've been lying about something, and I think it was all a trap.
Sean picks up his note cards and flips through them.
Wait, there was no point to any of this.
No, there isn't.
Taking the heaven offer was a dominated strategy. How did I not see that? It was right in front of me. You broke the game.
So there's no chance? No chance I get to heaven? We're stuck here?
Yes, but look, we're removing the devil from this room, and we'll start over, free from the torturer's grasp.
Oh boy. And how do you plan to do that?
On the first day, you told us exactly how this works.
Melissa puts on the talisman and concentrates. Lights flash red and sound effects of a swelling storm.
I'm going to manifest all the powers of hell with this necklace thing to destroy you.
The lights return to normal. Sound effect stops. Nothing happens. Melissa concentrates again. Lights flash red. Sound effects of a swelling storm.
To destroy you.
Lights return to normal. Sound effects stop. Nothing happens.
Ugh. Stop. I'm melting. What else you got?
Well, okay, if I can't destroy you with this, I can destroy it.
Melissa throws the talisman on the floor and stomps on it. It shatters into pieces. Teresa gasps, genuine. Evan and Sean look around, confused and concerned. Teresa drops to the floor looking at the talisman pieces and resumes composure. She stands up and then looks at Melissa, Sean, and Evan.
Okay. So, I think enough work has been done here. I'm going to call the game right here. You each were a little right, and you each were a lot wrong. I lied. My powers don't come from a talisman. I've been operating at full power this whole time. Like that light show just now?
Teresa snaps her fingers. Lights flash red. Sound effects, swelling storm. Teresa snaps her fingers again. Lights return to normal, and the sound effects stop.
I mean, come on. What would a demon even do with a necklace?
Oh my God, this is hilarious.
So, what did I just smash?
Who knows? I bought that thing on sale at Anthropology years ago. I was undercover on Earth for a while thereafter, shoulder duty. Influenced a couple US elections, actually. Enough about me. There were two lies, actually. It's sort of a good news, bad news kind of thing. Bad news is, I have no way of getting any of you into heaven from here.
What? Are you serious?
And what could possibly be the good news?
The good news is I lied about something else. This isn't hell.
You mean? Oh my God, I knew it. This is heaven where I belonged all along.
No. Oh God, no.
What kind of sick joke is this?
Not a joke. What you've experienced these past 3 days has been very, very real.
Oh, this is purgatory. We talked about it all the time in Catholic school. We'll spend however long of eternity we need with people who are uniquely good for making us into better people, and eventually go to heaven. Oh, that'll be a fun game to crack.
I'd actually say you're right, Sean.
I usually am.
You're all about to leave this room. You'll wake up in different places, familiar places. But I have genuinely no idea where you'll go after that. I'm kind of sort of actually really low on the totem pole of the heavenly hosts.
Wait, what? That doesn't sound like anything I just said. My brain's like shredded beef.
Here's what I do know. In a moment, you're going to have a very important decision. If you've not been paying attention, something eternally bad will happen. Each of you, no exceptions, had a very good reason to be here. Goodbye.
Goodbye. What?
Goodbye.
Teresa snaps her fingers. The lights go out. Chapter 9, White Wine. Brimstone Hall, room 664. Teresa sits on the desk alone at center stage in a radiant white dress with a bottle of wine and a wine glass handy. The lights go up on Teresa as she pours herself a glass of the white wine and sips intermittently.
think that went all right, wouldn't you say? Really wasn't expecting her to destroy the thing, but that's okay. It was a gaudy necklace anyway. I'm a little sad I went to all this trouble and we got it over with so quickly. What, 3 days? This one was fun to build. I've had so much fun since the promotion. I got this idea years ago when I'd be up on some poor dude's shoulder with the demon Alistair on the other side. Good times. Good times. Your guardian angel could never. Anyway. Everyone's everyone's insufferable when they're 19, aren't they? Some people, you gotta lie to a little if they're ever gonna do better. There's just something about telling people they died that makes them take you seriously. I don't get it, but it seems to work. Seriously, what's so special about dying? For people to realize there's a way to be a good person, and that ain't it.
Sean and Adam enter, recreating the moment from chapter 7.
Who would actually do this? I'd be really impressed to see someone finish. Man, they'd be my hero.
I'd do it. I'll be your hero.
Wait, really? Not a bluff? Dude, what are the odds?
Sean looks at Adam, giving him a flirty, confident smile. He turns to face where Danny would be.
And it's all resting on top of our signature black bottom hazelnut pie.
Ah, man. No way, dude. It has hazelnut. So, what are the odds that you,
Sean,
Adam?
Sean and Adam exit.
I don't know. I really don't know. No one's told me what happens after people die. I don't have a clue. Hell, I don't even know if God is a man or a woman. But maybe that's the fear. No, not God being a woman. Well, maybe it is. But it's the not knowing. Not having that firsthand proof of what actually matters when you someday watch your soul get weighed. But you know what's funny? I don't think hell is a place people go when they die. But it's real.
Melissa and Andrew enter, recreating the moment from chapter 5.
It's so important that women use this to build ourselves up. Equality won't happen on a systematic level if we say all the right things but don't mean them. Wouldn't you say?
Everything okay?
Yep, I'm just... Hey, what's your job title?
You serious?
Someone asked me earlier and I just blanked.
I'm a hedge fund manager at an investment bank. Basically, what I do is help people bet against the stock market.
Oh, that's what you do. Krista, yes, absolutely.
Melissa and Andrew exit.
I did a pretty good job building this torture chamber, if I do say so myself. 2 beds, 2 desks, 3 people. Classic. But it's nothing compared to what people do to themselves. Spending years building their own little torture chambers around them. That someday when they die, if they're sentenced to hell, it's little more than a formality.
Teresa looks at the photos on the wall.
Melissa Jones, Sean Liu, Evan Daigle. They were all dealt a different hand in life. One of the fun things about being human is that part of who you are is how you suck. Everyone's got this specific, tailored way that they can make the rest of the world miserable. What's that one book say? Everybody poops.
Teresa removes the abandoned all hoop banner from the wall.
Some will rush to hang their sign for the world to see before they get a chance to proofread. Abandon all hope. Ye who enter here. That typo. That damn typo. Well, sometimes you're lucky enough to see what you did and just lean in where you went wrong. Make something better out of it. That doesn't work all the time. But it works out more than you think it would. This ended up being perfect. Drove them all insane.
Evan and Rachel enter, recreating the moment from chapter 3.
It just feels like I'm using you.
That's how the world dates. But as Christians, we're preparing for marriage.
No, Evan. I can't marry you. I've been coming to terms realizing I'm gay.
Silence. Evan gathers his thoughts.
I'm only saying this because I love you. I'm sorry. I really did like you.
This is all new to me. I hope we can still be friends.
Yeah. Maybe we can.
Evan and Rachel smile back and forth at each other. The sound effects of a bus driving away. Evan and Rachel exit. Teresa sits on one of the desks as she pours another glass of wine.
A soul is built or destroyed piece by piece, moment by moment. If you can still find a moment that you're willing to take a good, hard look at what your life is building, you never need to abandon all hope.
Teresa finishes the wine in her glass, and with that, we have a blackout and the end of part 2. And
we did it.
Round of applause. Yes. Well, now is the time for all of you to post, if you're watching live, questions, observations. We'd love to encourage these amazing actors, as well as Pete, the writer, anything. We have Cameron, who's saying loves the character prop changes. Thanks, Cameron.
Yeah.
In.
Nice.
So fun. Keisha says, bravo, bravo. Sydney says, erotic Paddington Bear fanfic are 4 words I never thought I'd hear together.
Nice.
Travis had sound effects going on in the window. We're so glad that a helicopter flew by just as Evan was going to be hit by a bus. I love that. Scott was dying. It's what Jesus would do. He was
Thanks, Scott.
Thank you so much, Scott. Super great. We definitely had some breakdown of how do you say Puxatawny. So thanks for Sydney for teaching us. It's the town in Groundhog Day, as Pete told me earlier. So thanks for that. Sammy was saying woohoo. And Brooke agrees that Comic Sans is the worst.
Indeed.
Tom is showing some love. So Pete, any thoughts you want to say?
Oh gosh. I mean, this play just really reflects. It's just kind of unpacking the past 5 years of my life. I'm turning 25 next month, so I'm kind of looking at 19 being in the rearview mirror, and sort of where I was. I feel like I've been each of these 3 people at some point in my life, but I changed something about them to make it, a new adventure. So like, I am gay, but I'm not East Asian. I at one point was like a liberal activist, secular humanist, kind of started adopting those things, but I'm not a woman. And Evan is just basically me as a freshman at Wheaton, but straight. So it's just kind of cathartic. And Teresa kind of represents my current perspective on all things.
Great. I have to pull in CH, who says great casting.
Yes.
And that was a joy to watch you all bring it to.
Yes.
So Pete brought Geoffrey to the table, and then Pete said to me, hey, do you have anybody in mind? It was so great to be. I work with Krystina so much, and I know Natalia from the Bay Area acting community we call the Tribe Collective. You all were seriously like, Pete, what can we do to get this live at some point? Let's get these actors, because you all were amazing.
A coronavirus vaccine, maybe.
Yep.
That's good.
Yeah. I mean, I really want to do an honest to God production of this. So I mean, next steps for this will be trying to find representation for this script. I have some things I can probably shave 20 minutes and not cut anything from the script, not cut anything meaningful. And I was just kind of making notes of that as we were going. But really, it's just getting this in someone else's hands who can push it further to the next step. So
I would love to see this in the Bay Area, and you have people in the Bay Area who could bring it to life. So however we can make this a reality, for sure, let's make that happen.
Nice. Yeah.
Casey says, wanted to say great job to all of you. So impressed. Incredible play. JJ says, thoroughly enjoyable, very cleverly written. Yes, agreeing. Travis gives you some hand claps. Excellent job from Matthew. Peter, excellent job to the actors. I laughed out loud several times during the play. I think you would have had fun hearing an audience react in real time. And JJ also says, yes, I would love to see it live. Let's do some reactions from actors. We'll start with you, Krystina. Teresa, you were phenomenal, but thoughts you want to share?
Teresa was super fun to play, a little bit sassy, a little cheeky, so that was really awesome. Bit of a villain, but I loved how that ended with reflecting on, life and behavior. And then I love the little insight from Peter at the end that she's kind of where his headspace is at now. So that's really interesting.
Natalia.
Wow, I loved the script. I loved playing all the characters that I got to play. They were all so different, but especially Melissa. I've come across a lot of these people and just like people who are so real and kind of in your face. And I'm like, I like her. I really like her. But just in general, I loved all the characters and how different they were. And the writing was incredible. So congratulations for this play. It's amazing. So it's nice to hear it out loud with all the characters too. So thank you for having me.
Agreed.
Thank you.
Jeffrey.
Yeah, I would totally echo that. It's really fun to like bounce around between three characters. Peter and I kind of talked about this the other day, but I think Andrew is most related to who I actually am as a human. And so it's really fun to kind of bounce into two other characters that are so different from each other. Right. And like Natalia said, I've read it a couple of times by myself, but it's super fun to like hear Peter's thoughts on it and then hear the thing be read by different voices, right? And people who inhabit those characters. Yeah.
Wonderful. And final thoughts from Pete. Anything else you want to say?
Oh goodness. There's a lot that I could say. I feel like in my first three plays, I felt like I was writing to say something. But I feel like with this play, I was writing because I had something to say. And I feel like I've gotten there. So I'm just so grateful to BraveMaker, Tony, for suggesting this to me in the first place and taking me up on it when I took him seriously. And thank you so much to Geoffrey and Natalia and Krystina for bringing these characters to life in ways that I absolutely could never. So thank you so much. This is not the last anyone has heard of this script. I know that.
Oh, it's great. Congratulations.
Yeah. Congrats, dude.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
We agree. I'm going to post one more time in the notes or in the chat below. Peter did a fantastic digital program. So if you went to a live show, you get this put in your hand. So please take a look at it, find out more about him, follow up with all of our actors. And actors, I would encourage you to please go to the notes, to the comments as well, and put in your Instagrams and that kind of stuff so people could follow you. And as Peter said, BraveMaker, this is what we exist. We exist to tell brave stories. We believe arts can impact culture. I actually met Pete because of a friend of mine, Matt, on Twitter, and then Pete took one of our screenwriting classes. So we want to help people tell their story. So if you need help, if you need a class, we have a current one happening right now, and the next one will happen in September. But go to bravemaker.com. We would love to support you and get resources to you to help get your story out into the world. We're also really excited that we're doing a webinar on social media. So if you are trying to figure out how do you build your brand, how do you tell your story, you got a film, you have a play or something, it's really important that you learn how to tell your story online. So I'm going to pull up this and just tell you to go to bravemaker.com and sign up for the social media webinars for creators, makers, and storytellers. Is going to be Wednesday, August 12th at 10 a.m. Basically, it's pay what you can or free. That's available for anybody and everybody. So go to bravemaker.com for that. We're really excited for what's coming up, and I see the comments keep coming. So I encourage you, Pete, to go and see more of what people are saying. People are proud of you, and
Sue Fisher.
People are talking about how they relate and they grieved and they laughed. It's really, really beautiful. So yeah. So thank you, everybody. With that, BraveMaker is a 501c3 nonprofit. So if you have it in you to want to give, all of this is tax deductible, and we continue to support artists and see these great stories come to life. And then with that, good night, good day, and see you next time.
Got a big bottle of Cabernet Sauvignon to open. I'm so excited.
Yeah. Good night, y'all.
Give it up.